Hi, everyone. It's Kim from the Kim Rock Group, and I'm here today with Dan O'Cavage. He's a mortgage broker with the O'Cavage Group, and he has an amazing announcement about a new down payment assistance program. Dan, what can you tell me about that program?
Tim, thanks for having me today, and super excited about this. This is a FHA loan. The program is a gift from one of the lenders that I broker to. It is for down payment assistance. It comes in two different forms. One is a 2% gift of the purchase price. The other is a 3.5% gift of the purchase price, and it can be used for down payment purposes. And the program, again, is a gift. This is not a grant. This is not a bond. This is not state driven or federal. This is through just one of the lenders that I broker with.
I was just about to ask that. So you're saying it does not need to be repaid?
It does not. So it is a gift. There is not even a second lien attached to the property. And it is in the form of just down payment assistance from this lender.
Now, is there anything that would prevent the buyer from being able to refinance in the future?
So with an FHA mortgage, you do have to have 6 months of on-time payments. After those 6 months of on-time payments, you do have the option to refinance. This lender is hoping that we'll be able to broker the loan back to them again for the refinance. And they've given some incentives to be able to do that, such as waiving the underwriting fees, waiving processing fees, and waiving any application fees. And that's both on the purchase money mortgage as well as with the refinance.
Awesome. So are there any income limits on this program?
So, great question. Many of these programs do have some income cap restrictions that can be pretty difficult to fit into the box. And the answer to this is no, there are no income limits. We don't have to match it up to anything from that perspective.
How about location restrictions?
So there are no location restrictions as well. A lot of, again, there's different programs that run from state to state and county to county, and some of them require them to be in certain locations, what we call revitalization areas. That does not need to be the case on this as well.
Okay. How about things like some out of the ordinary, not your typical residential home, but a mobile home or maybe a multifamily, duplex, triplex situation?
Yes, so you can use this on a single family. You can use this on a two family. With FHA, you still only need 3.5% down on a two-family home. We can't do more than a two-family home. We can do these on mobile homes. The mobile home must be on land. This cannot be in a development where you're paying a lot lease or anything else. But it is able to be on single wides as long as they're younger than 10 years old, double wides, and then occasionally we'll run across a triple wide. But those can all be used with this program as long as the land is coming with the property.
Okay. Now, what if the home needs some work? Let's say you were thinking of doing a renovation loan. Could that be done with this?
It can, yes. So the FHA program has a sub program called a 203K, and the 203K program does allow renovation work to be done. You do have to have a general contractor if you're going to do things that are internal to the property, roofing, certain different projects that you're going to do. You do need to get a general contractor involved. However, there are some things that not a lot of people understand you can do. You can actually go to Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's, you can put in appliances, you can put in carpet, you can put in windows, all those things Home Depot does and Lowe's do. And you only need to have a minimum of $5,000 of improvements for this to be considered a 203K renovation loan.
Okay, that's great. And then how about the person themselves? A lot of people think FHA means that it has to be a first-time buyer, which we know is not true, but does this program have to be a first-time buyer?
So another great question. Many of these programs do require first-time home buyers. This one does not. There's 4 different categories that becomes eligible for the gift. First category is if you are a first-time home buyer, you're eligible. If you've ever worked in the state, local, or federal government, whether it be current or retired, you are eligible. If you've ever worked in the medical profession, from a doctor to a nurse to a receptionist at a chiropractor's office, you are eligible. And then last but not least, and this is my most favorite, if you have ever volunteered for something as a civic duty, such as coaching your son or daughter's T-ball team 10 years ago, going to a PTO meeting last week, um, volunteering at your church. Maybe you were an usher at church this past weekend, and that would allow you to be eligible from a civic duty perspective. So, pretty broad definition of who can be eligible for this. And that really allows a lot of people to take advantage of this gift program.
Now, how do they prove something like that?
So great question. We actually, it's an affidavit letter that the borrower fills out that says, I have done one of these things. It does not need to go to your pastor or priest for validation or your T-ball league commissioner or anything else. We're depending on the truth of which of those does the borrower qualify with or become eligible with.
Awesome. Last question. Does this take a, abnormally long time to close? Is it similar process to a normal loan?
So we are going to ask for at least a 45-day closing on this because the gift is coming from a lender's organization with a third party non-for-profit organization. Um, there are a couple of steps that have to happen for that gift to be sent to the title company who's going to be doing the settlement of the mortgage on the purchase. So we do ask that you give us a little bit more time than 30 days, if possible. If we needed to squeeze it in 30 days, as long as everybody's going to be, working with us to get all the documentation, help us get the title information, we could probably squeeze that in 30 days. But to be fair and allowing the underwriter to do their job, we would ask for 45 days, but nothing unreasonable like 90 days or anything else.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I think that's all of my questions. Can you tell everyone how they can contact you if they want more information?
I can. And one last thing here, this is not a two-step underwrite. So what I mean by that is some of the state programs and county programs require the lender to underwrite the loan and then send all the loan documents and findings to that state or county organization to also underwrite the loan. This is a one-step underwrite. Once it's been underwritten by the lender, we're moving forward to get clear to close. So I just wanted to make that point out there because that's really a one of the ways that we can get this done in a 30 to 45-day window.
A
You can
little
reach me
less
on my
hoops
cell.
for someone to jump through, it sounds like.
It correct, absolutely. We're just trying to make it easier, and with the prices of homes, the national average of price of homes have definitely increased over the past few years. This is a great program that can allow somebody, even if you have your own money, this is going to allow you to hold on to some of your money to be able to do some things to the house, pay for some furniture, pay for movers. It's a great opportunity for those individuals in the FHA loan. As far as contacting me, there's a couple different ways. You can reach me on my cell phone. It's 609-578-2484. I am the owner of my mortgage brokerage called the Ocavage Group LLC. And you can check me out online at www.theocavagegroup.com.
Great. Well, thanks for taking the time to tell us about this awesome new program.
Kim, I appreciate you bringing me on, and I look forward to helping some of the clients with this program.